Well, unfortunately, it looks like we have yet another video that we have to make about Ubisoft. And the reason why is because we have a statement that a lot of people are talking about regarding Ubisoft that has gotten people pretty pissed, and rightfully so. Ubisoft apparently thinks that they can be basically pulling an EA. Remember when EA pulled the whole surprise mechanics nonsense? Players and gamers absolutely love surprise mechanics. They love to be surprised by what's in this loot box that we're totally ripping them off from. Surprise mechanics are a thing that all the gamers want, and this is why they love it. Well, it looks like Ubisoft has had their own surprise mechanic moment because now, according to Game Rant, we have an article that says Ubisoft says microtransactions make the player experience more fun. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ubisoft believes that you yourself love microtransactions. You absolutely love it. You adore it. It's the best thing about the game. It makes it so fun for you as the player. So let's see what's going on here and go from there. Ubisoft recently claimed that microtransactions can be a good way to make the player's experience more fun in a premium single player game. Yes, anybody out there who is currently watching this video, you can leave a comment and let me know and tell me just how much fun you have when you're playing a single player game and there's microtransactions in it. How excited are you when you see that? How excited were you when you booted up Assassin's Creed only for you to see a multitude of different things that you could buy in their shop to expedite the game's process, right? Because they artificially slow down the game in order to make you want to pay to increase the speed of whatever it is you're doing. So how excited were you when you saw that? You can let me know in the comments down below. I'm sure you were really excited. This may be a controversial statement, which many people who play Ubisoft games will disagree with, but microtransactions have become a reality of gaming in the 2020s, unfortunately. Despite their controversial nature, microtransactions continue to be rampant, particularly in free-to-play games. Reports from earlier this year indicated that 58% of the revenue made from PC games in 2024 was from microtransactions, with titles such as Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Roblox, and Fortnite leading the way in spending. In Ubisoft's case, however, the publisher often adds microtransactions to its single-player games too. Now listen, I never have an issue when it comes to free-to-play games having microtransactions because usually I don't even play free-to-play games. The moment I see free-to-play, I already know what it's going to be. Most people already know what's going to be, and God forbid if it's on mobile, forget about it. You already know what's going to happen when you play a free-to-play game on the mobile platform, let alone the PC platform, right? It's all kind of the same. You're going to get microtransaction hell. And of course, there are some games that are a little less egregious than others, but at the end of the day, even if they let you play halfway through the game, it's going to get to the point where they're going to start having their hand out and looking at you for your money. That is what's going to happen, especially if you want to be able to progress at any relative time compared to people who actually pay. There's a reason why the term whales is a thing, and that's because whales are what these people are fishing for. Whales are what these certain companies in video games are looking for. They're looking for whales. They're looking for people who are going to spend endless amounts of money, not realizing that they are playing this free-to-play game and spending thousands of dollars a month in order to play this free-to-play game. And if they take that amount of people and times it by a few thousand, suddenly you got a massive revenue stream coming in, and it's very easy. This is what they're looking for. And apparently, according to Ubisoft, this is what they deem as fun. But here's the difference. With Ubisoft, they're charging you a full retail price of entry. And then on top of that, they're trying to charge you microtransactions for supposed extra fun. Imagine how you must feel. Imagine how excited you must be after paying full retail price, which used to be 70, but now it's going to be 80. They're asking you, hey, by the way, you want to have some extra fun? Here's some microtransactions. Yeah. Remember that map that we make you go all around the world to try to find every little detail in? Well, you could pay us $10 and we'll show you where everything's at. You know what I mean? Or they'll artificially slow down the game. They'll take forever to build certain buildings and whatnot, only for you to be able to pay to expedite it. It's a very, mobile tactic, but this is what these companies do. So I'm not surprised to see video games like Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Roblox, and Fortnite leading in spending, two of which are pretty much games that are played by a lot of younger people. I'm not exactly very surprised at all. But then it says that now Ubisoft has revealed part of the reason why it continues to add microtransactions to premium full-price retail games in its most recent annual financial report, which, according to Ubisoft CEO Yves, microtransactions apparently make the player experience more fun because players can personalize their avatars or progress more quickly. The CEO also stressed that microtransactions are always optional. indicating that gamers who don't like them can just ignore them. Yeah, that would be great and everything, except you are artificially slowing down gameplay in order to make people want to buy microtransactions to do what you say, which is progress more quickly. You wouldn't have to progress more quickly unless the standard free, actually, it's not even free, unless the standard experience was slower, which it is, right? So you're basically admitting that you slow down the standard experience so that people who want to pay money can progress more quickly. It's absolutely fucking insane. And anybody who accepts this shit is ridiculous. When I was playing Assassin's Creed Shadows and I was reviewing that game, so many people wanted me to buy the DLC to unlock the maps to be able to see everything. I was like, no, I'm not paying that. I'm not going to buy this stupid map. I don't care. I'm just going to beat the game as it is, give it a fair review, and move on. But again, this is the kind of mindset they want gamers to have when playing their game. And then you just come to accept it as a Ubisoft experience. I'm not accepting that. But then it says that Mr. Eve perspective will certainly be criticized by some of Ubisoft's fans. If the publisher was talking about free games, microtransactions will be somewhat more understandable. I agree. But many players do not want to keep paying for games that they already bought. Previous examples of microtransactions, such as Assassin's Creed Valhalla selling experience boosts, were met with huge backlash from the community. But that's because that's literally pay to win, right? If you are selling EXP boost, if you are selling like anything that regarding, like either it's more powerful gear, something along those lines, if you're selling anything like that, it is paid to win. And at that point, people are going to be highly upset because then you're saying, well, if you don't pay, we don't care. That's messed up, especially if they paid the full price to play the game in the first place. But the EXP boosts were met with huge backlash from the community. Similar criticism can often be found on social media, as gamers are largely not thrilled at microtransactions being added to single-player games. But it's not hard to guess why Ubisoft continues to utilize microtransactions so often, as they have proven to be incredibly profitable. Microtransactions are likely a big part of the reasons why Assassin's Creed Valhalla earned over $1 billion for Ubisoft, for example. But in any case, gamers should not expect Ubisoft's stance towards microtransactions in single-player premium games to change anytime soon. I don't think honestly, if anybody's thinking Ubisoft is going to change their mind, I have a bridge to sell you, because Ubisoft is literally doubling down on everything that they've ever done. They have a brand new subsidiary with 25% stake from Tencent. They had to buy them out and save them as a company, and they are literally running it the exact same way that got them in trouble in the first place. This is because the Guillemot family, or Eve, is just refusing to give up power. They don't want to leave Ubisoft. So the Ubisoft is going to constantly be run by the same people, and it's always going to be the same mistakes. It's always going to trickle down from the top, and that's the biggest problem, in my opinion, with Ubisoft. Ubisoft apparently has currently many games in development, such as the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake and Assassin's Creed codename Hex. Some of these titles are expected to have microtransactions in at least some way. I think they all will. There's no way that none of these games are not going to have micros. Regardless of whether they are single-player or multiplayer experiences, at least a financial report indicates that Ubisoft is seeking to set up a working group dedicated to monetization and the associated risks with it, which indicates that the publisher is concerned about scaring players away with too many microtransactions. I don't see why they would be scared of that, considering, have you looked at a Ubisoft game? Have you looked at their stores? And needless to say, they're pretty filled with microtransactions. I don't understand how they could possibly be scared of trying to scare people away now. If somebody hasn't been scared away by now, I don't think they ever will for a Ubisoft game, unless you're planning to add so much more microtransactions that are well above what you've been doing already, which is already a lot. I don't really know what's going to go on there. But you guys can let me know in the comments down below of this video. I mean, what are you thinking about this? Do you buy microtransactions in a single-player game? If you do, I don't care. I just want to hear. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys on the next one.